Well, welcome back. This is episode 150 of NooBTooB, and a weekly independent podcast where Tobin and I are working on insults, Monkey Island insults, to celebrate the new episodic and re-release that are coming out this week.
That's right. All right. Now I know what filth and stupidity really are.
I am glad you finally attended your family reunion.
Oh, ouch. All right, okay. Nobody's ever drawn blood from me, and no one ever will.
You run that fast?
Oh, snap. All right. I'm going to rape you so hard that your mom's going to get pregnant.
Wait, that's not on the script.
I'm going to hollow out your skull and drink the bloods of my enemies while riding my bone chariot. I will call down destruction upon everyone you have ever loved.
I think you've lost track of what we're doing here.
I'm going to carve my name into the...
You want me to get the hose?
No.
All right.
I'm Tobin Kozire.
I'm Yuzo Watanabe. This week we are covering a ton of games, including Call of Juarez, Bound in Blood, Tales of Monkey Island, Episode 1, Chapter 1, something of the Narwhal.
Race of the Bleedy Narwhal.
Yes, oof. And of course, Battlefield 1943, Infernal, Dragon Quest Heroes Rocket Slime. Wait, what? Revisited? What?
Oh yeah, Rocket Slime.
Ah, jeez.
And our new releases include Secret of Monkey Island Special Edition in HD, motherfuckers.
With achievements?
Madballs in Babo Invasion, which I don't think any of those are real words.
I don't understand.
Science Papa, that says I Poppy. And Holy Invasion of Privacy, Badman. What did I do to deserve this? Holy Gunt Slapper, Yuzo. That is a fucking stupid title.
Wow.
But let's first get started with Call of Juarez.
Juarez. Hey, before we go there though, I don't know if you guys can notice at all, but we got new mics.
We got a little lapel mic. So right now we're running double time. We're running double duty. We're keeping the headsets this week.
Backup.
And if the audio is good from these lapel mics, then we will not have the headsets that you guys have been complaining about for 3 years.
Yeah, for about 3 years. We have been using these same headsets for, I don't even, seriously.
Everyone's like, why don't you just give some better mics? It's like, do you fucking, all right, for one thing, this is not cheap. So thank you, those of you who donated, who got us these lapel mics, and hopefully they work, because otherwise I'll be kind of embarrassed.
And they'll finally be able to see our ears.
Yeah.
Finally. So
Yuzo has blue ears. I don't know if you guys know this. You've never seen them before.
But no, Call of Juarez. Bound in Blood.
Yeah.
This is the sequel to the original one, which I believe you played earlier.
I did. And it was poo-poo.
It was poo-poo, but this is different. This is a little different from poo-poo. I thought, anyways. This is I don't know. So how would you describe it? It's like a first-person shooter, right? And except it's set in the Old West / Civil War.
Revolutionary War, Civil War. Well, Civil War.
Civil War, yeah. And so you start out in Civil War, then you go out and you start fighting Indians and other random stuff, right? In westerns.
Yes.
So it travels different time eras, which is kind of neat.
Yeah. It actually goes through the end of the Civil War, and then the guys start kind of finding their own path. And,
exactly.
Yeah.
Being badasses.
So, what did you think about it?
So, I didn't play the original one, and generally speaking, I haven't been attracted to very many of the Western first-person shooters. There's Gun. There's a bunch of them. I saw them. I'm like, I think I'll pass. Yeah. Unless somebody told me really good. So I played this going into it thinking that I was going to kind of suck, right? And then I started playing, and it's really, really story-based.
Yeah.
Right. The everything is really heavily scripted, but it's scripted in a pretty good way. I actually felt like I was being carried along with it, and it didn't get annoying. At least for the 2 or 3 hours that I played so far. Yeah. So I'm saying I actually kind of enjoyed it.
Yeah, I mean,
for what it was.
So there's parts of it that I enjoyed quite a bit. I mean, there was a lot of innovation in what they were doing. No, I wouldn't say innovation. They kept it varied. You'd be running through a cornfield hiding from people. You actually had to sneak and use knives and shit. You'd be running through other buildings. You'd be getting on bigger guns and smaller guns.
You get on a horse to travel to an area, then you get off the horse. And it didn't feel when I was on the horse, I'm like, I don't feel like I'm in some stupid level which is strictly for, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you actually got to ride the horse as if you were just riding a horse.
And I'm like, wow, I wish I could ride the horse more often.
Yeah. And they did a couple nice things with the whole energy idea of you kill enough dudes, you can go into slow-mo and shoot a bunch of dudes.
Yeah, and they did the slow-mo where it's not a question of doing slow-mo and you can kind of just shoot randomly. You can actually mark targets and then hit a button and go bam, 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 which is kind of cool, and it didn't get too old because they didn't use it very often. Yeah. And it seemed to me like the brothers had different versions.
They did.
Which was kind of neat.
Yeah, one brother had the thing where you actually flip the thumb back to cock the gun, which was kind of funny.
It stopped working for me, and I think I forgot how to do it.
I think so too. It's because it's so gimmicky. There's a couple times where they're like, go into slow-mo, and I'd be like, what am I doing? It's like, you're out of slow-mo.
I killed one guy.
Yeah, it's like, you suck at this. It's like you put it down for a day and you come back and you're just like, what? I pull the right trigger and then I go up here.
Oh, that's what you do.
And then you flip the right thumbstick back. You know, like
I was just flipping the right thumb. It was like, why did it stop working? This is the same playthrough, right? I'm like, why isn't this working anymore? Oh well, whatever.
You're old.
Yeah,
that's a big problem.
And the wine.
Yes, that neither one of those things helps. No. So, two things kind of. I had two issues with this game. One of them is not this game's fault. Okay. Which is I don't give a shit about the West. I don't give a shit about the Civil War.
Really
the theme, like I was playing, I was like, all right, this is kind of well made. Okay, these battles are kind of fun. But I can tell you right now, like, what I like about games is escapism. I like going and having like some, like futuristic weapons or new things that I've never seen before, like spaceships or alien planets or whatever.
Or going the other way with like fantasy, with like orcs and dragons and shit like that. Yeah,
just anything that I haven't seen. I keep hitting my fucking mic.
So you got to put it under the shirt. That's the trick.
Damn it! But in this one, it's just like you're firing old-fashioned weapons and you're doing Wild West shit, and it's just like I've seen a bunch of Western movies. I've seen I was just going through. I'm like, like it's kind of cool, but it never makes me go like, oh, I really can't wait to steal that stagecoach and just fucking really get away from these guys.
Yeah, no, I guess you're right because cattle rustling and all those different themes. You just like unless you have a connection to it, that really doesn't add to it for the most part, right?
I just don't care.
But did it take away enough for the game to be?
Well, so the second part that really took away from me is that it actually started to bore me that I was playing as douchebags that I hated.
I'll give you that. The characters were really
it was like okay, and like you slept with the sheriff's daughter, now you're burning down this and stealing horses, and
you love playing evil characters.
I think I like it when it's my initiative.
When you're being the asshole, it's absolutely fun.
That's kind of what it is, because otherwise they're just like, why would I want to be this guy? They're like, yeah, you. It's just like there's nothing redeeming about these characters. There's nothing.
But it's you who's doing. I mean, if you're like in BioShock and you're like harvesting all the little sisters, you enjoy it. Or you're sacrificing your sister in Fable for a sword.
But I like people that are creatively douchebaggish.
Okay.
Like, these guys are boring douchebags.
You're right.
They're just like, I'm going to steal a bunch of shit, I'm going to burn down a town, I'm going to steal some horses, and they're like, ha ha, fuck these guys, let's go fuck a nun and burn a church, woo, bang, bang, bang,
bang. If they did it and they were riding the horse, like, one leg on each horse, and then they were...
if they were like riding off burning orphans, just...
or like lassoing orphans and swinging them around.
And you're like using them as weapons, I mean... If they made it like, I'm like, that's pretty fucked up. I mean, it's just like the guys were just kind of boring.
It is run of the mill. I'll give you that.
That's
So really, but it's like the theme, like the overall, like the gameplay concepts. For me, the gameplay wasn't boring, and for this kind of game, it's so easy to get boring.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like it get run of the mill. Like I even like with like high class first-person shooters, I get kind of bored after a while. But this one actually kept my interest for a long time with all of the different things it was doing. Yeah. You were getting on, turrets, but it wasn't kind of stupid.
Right.
You were getting on a horse. You were getting, all this other stuff. And I didn't feel like it was going to peter out eventually.
Right.
But I agree with you on all the theme. I mean, whatever.
So I mean, I guess like that's the big thing that it comes down to with me is I can't really fault much of the technical stuff in the game. I mean, there was some stuff where you're trying to fire out of a stagecoach. I don't know if like you got to this stuff, but you're firing at a stagecoach and like. Half of the thing is windows, so it's just like most of the time the guys are behind the windows and they're hitting you and you can't hit them. Like,
usually they pop in a screen, really.
Yeah, so I mean, like you just, like some parts of the gameplay were frustrating, like poorly done. But most of the time it was just like it was a reasonably well done game, but I would say at the end of it, I didn't want to play it anymore because I just didn't give a shit about the people, about the world, about the environment, about the gameplay.
So if they changed it so that instead of being one brother, then the other brother, then the other brother, and all this other kind of stuff, if it was you and you were able to do some of these interesting things, and you might have liked it a little better.
Maybe, but it's still the Wild West.
Yeah, that's true. The Wild West is. I mean, I can't think of a single Wild West game I loved.
No.
Sunset Riders was really good.
What's that crappy one that just got like the 2.5 review from some of the one that we saw?
Was it a Western?
We played it at one of those game things and it was just like, oh no, it was like Western Punk, or was it like?
Oh no, Damnation!
We never even fucking played it, dude.
No, you played it for like 2 seconds at like thing, and you're like, this
is anus. Yeah.
But yeah, I think Western, like, just don't go there. Stop doing World War II. Don't do Western. Stick with future. Stick with fantasy. Actually go real world. Like Infamous was really good.
Yeah, I enjoy.
I love the setting.
I enjoy real world.
That's actually
stuff.
futuristic, but whatever.
But I mean, I would say Yeah, I would
Renty.
say rent
very, very rented, yeah.
I would say rent it, but I would say if you listen to the words that we've been saying, like if you don't give a shit about Westerns, I wouldn't even bother renting it, honestly. Like, because I'm going to say rent it because it's a well-done game.
Yeah.
But it's not very fun for me.
I would say, rent it even because of the pure gameplay was actually fun for a first-person shooter. It's definitely up there. There's so many bad first-person shooters up there.
It's true.
I should definitely give it a try.
Yeah.
But hey, if you like Westerns, totally play this game.
Yeah, that's true. If you if you just think that Westerns are the best movies ever, and you go to
with posters on your wall,
of, like Old Town fucking Sacramento.
You own a horse.
Yeah, you say, for example, you have an outhouse. Any of these things.
Yes.
You probably don't have a computer. So,
yes.
All real cowboys are like faggots reviewing games.
So, Call of Horrors. Next up is we're going to actually go really quick about this one.
In our release list, we go through every week and we find a list of all the games coming out, and we're like, okay, Infernal, that sounds familiar.
I think I played it, but this looks like a sequel.
It looks like a sequel.
Yeah.
No. It is a re-release of a 3-year-old PC game that we hated.
Yeah, you should actually go back and search for NooBTooB Infernal, and you should find the old episode. But man, I hated this game, and when I started playing it, I'm like, why is it so bad? And why it's bringing these memories.
You're getting deja vu. You're like,
I was like these memories that I had been forcing down of playing this game were coming back. I was like, where's the ammo? I remember doing it.
I know, don't touch me there. No, please, Father John.
Just like that. So this game is ass, and it looks like it's 3-year-olds.
Yeah.
3-year-old game.
Yeah. So you told me, you're like, yeah, it's the same game, and I had it rented and I returned it without playing it. I was like, fuck you.
It's a good thing you have the Blockbuster Pass, because that would have been $8 down the tube.
Yeah, exactly.
So shitty game. Avoid it. It was bad then. It's even worse now because
it's old.
It's really old.
It's like a girl that was fat and ugly when she was young, and then she gets real old, and you're just like, now what? What? Now you're wrinkly and fat and ugly.
But I have achievements.
Yeah, exactly. Hey! It doesn't help.
It doesn't help. And you look at the thing,
You're still nasty.
You're still nasty. But seriously, they're like this. Hello, I hate you. And they're made of 3 polygons. It's so bad. Avoid it.
Oh, okay. Fuck that.
Next up is shit on a game that time, hopefully. But
given the period of time that we're coming into, like July and August, with very few good games coming, I have a feeling shitting on games time is going to be, hopefully you guys like us hating games, because there's not much coming out till mid-August.
Mid-August, actually, when Layton comes out, probably.
Yeah, Layton and
what's your name?
Trace Metroid.
Oh.
All 3 Metroids with Wii control.
Dude, you know how long it's going to take you to finish those games?
One day.
Whatever. How long did you finish Metroid Prime Echoes? Or
it took me, I think I did that in 3 days.
Really? Because that's a fucking long game.
It was like a weekend where I just didn't do anything but play that game.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. So we'll have a little challenge meter of how many Metroid games Tobin has played so far.
I like how you don't even pretend you're going to play them now. You're just like, Tobin's going to play them. Fuck it.
He'll take care of it. I really remember liking the first one. I never played the second one, so I will give it a try.
I'm going to beat the shit out of all 3 of those games.
We'll see.
Battlefield
1943.
Yes.
So this is right now. It's out on PlayStation Network and Xbox Live Arcade.
Yep.
It is. So they took the Battlefield Bad Company engine for a lot of parts of it, and then took the maps from Battlefield 1942, or some of them, and then 3 of them.
Okay.
So there's 3 maps in this game, and they put together and here you go. It's online only. You can play a bunch of people together.
Oh, it's only a versus.
It's only versus. It's only online.
And there's really only 3 maps.
So there's 3 maps, and then they have this challenge. They're like, okay, if there are 45 million kills, or when you hit 45 million kills across the entire system, we will give you a new Coral Sea. I forget. So a new map. Yeah. So it just happened. So they now have a new map.
So how much is this game?
$15.
Okay.
So it's not super expensive, but here's the thing, right? I'm playing it, and I'm kind of enjoying myself. It's actually pretty good and not because of the game. So the game itself, it's
because you were getting a back rub at the same time. Because I had a delicious sandwich while I was playing.
Well, the company sent all these, horrors and all sorts of stuff. It was awesome.
In our brain, that's true.
In our brain, but no, it's just I was playing with my brother and a bunch of my friends, and it was just it was surprisingly fun. The thing is, when you're playing with a bunch of people, you can play you can play Uno.
Yeah.
And it's a good time.
That's true.
But here's my complaints about the game, right? It's just like, they took the Bad Company engine, which I didn't really like that much.
Okay.
For the most part, because it had that, feeling where you were shooting at people and like it took forever to kill them, all this other kind of stuff. And they had a lot of destructibility, which I thought was kind of cool, but didn't add enough to it. So you couple that with 3 maps, and they're all island maps.
Okay.
So they went super cheap. No models of new trees. They're all palm trees. It's all ocean. It's all ships. And like, not only that, like the sniper model, the gun is the exact same on the Japanese side and the other side. So I mean, it's just like,
wow.
It feels kind of cheap.
So they just kind of like just wanted to get another cash cow, basically.
Yeah. So the thing is, like, I would recommend if you were a hardcore Battlefield guy, wait for the PC version. So the PC version is going to come out, I believe, with more stuff.
So couldn't they have just released like a map pack for Battlefield Bad Company?
They could have, but I think they were aiming for like, okay, we're just going to sell this really cheap and get a lot of people playing. And don't get me wrong, the thing is, this is an enjoyable experience with co-op. Okay. So if you know a lot of people,
it's only co-op, right? Like
it's only co-op. But the thing is, if you're going to play by yourself,
you play with
like
friends,
so
or other NooBTooBers.
Exactly. So I played by myself, and I was like, "Fuck, this game sucks."
Wow.
But then I spent like 3 hours playing, and we were just like, "Oh, fuck you, no, get that map!" And it's just like it's one of those games you can just pick up, get into, totally have a hell of a lot of fun for $15.
Okay.
Totally worth it.
Yeah. All right. So basically, if you don't have any people to play with, maybe come to the NooBTooB forums, hop onto the forum topic about Battlefield 1943, find some other people to play with.
Or find like friends, say like, okay, we'll both buy the game and play together, definitely do it. So for that experience, I give it a thumbs up.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I didn't play that one. So next up, Tales of Monkey Island Chapter 1, launch of the Screaming Narwhal.
Is Narwhal the thing with the...
I think so.
Okay, so the unicorn.
Yeah,
dolphin,
basically. Well, it's like a unicorn walrus. So that's going to get shooped. Great.
Yeah, that's going to
So the history.
What is the history?
Telltale Games came out with Strong Bad Game, came out with Sam & Max Game.
Yep.
We did not like either one of them.
No. Oh, and they also came out with, what was the other one? Wallace and Gromit.
Yeah, we didn't play that.
We didn't play that one. But yeah, it's just like...
So what were our complaints?
The complaints were the writing was generally pretty poor.
As good. Yep.
The humor was bad. So anytime we tried to crack a joke, it just fell flat.
Yeah, we didn't laugh.
Puzzles. Really bad puzzles.
Yeah, it wasn't. I mean, like the thing is, I think that these guys are kind of new to this, and their efforts
they're not. They're from LucasArts. They're like these people that from LucasArts that went and made Telltale Games. They like. So it just wasn't Ron Gilbert. It wasn't Tim Schafer, like the script writer.
Right.
Anyhow.
But they have been honing their art. So I mean, like what happened is the like honestly, I really didn't like Sam & Max at all. No. I liked Strong Bad a lot better, but.
You know what's funny?
What's that?
So get this. Okay, so you say you like Strong Bad, and you like this one, right?
Yeah.
For the most part. So I looked it up, and the director of this game didn't make Sam & Max on the Telltale ones.
Okay.
He made Sam & Max Hit the Road. He was co-director on
the director of what one?
Of this newest
Monkey Island made Sam & Max.
So he made the original Sam & Max.
The good Sam & Max.
Yes, and he made, I think he was like on one of the Monkey Islands. So he's basically like one of the lead guys on the older ones, and he didn't make any of the Telltale ones except for Strong Bad.
Okay.
And this one.
Okay.
So this guy, Scott something or other, he's badass.
So bring in Tales of Monkey Island. So now, Tales of Monkey Island, this is basically a restart of the series, and it's going to be episodic.
Is it a continuation from any of the older?
Yeah, I mean, it's a continuation in that it's in the same world. They reference old events. You're fighting the same people.
I'm just wondering if it's like you start out, you're like, I just captured all of these bits and pieces. Like, did that happen in 4? Because I never played 4. You remember when you first started the game, right?
Well, I mean, you're trying to get your woman back from LeChuck in the very beginning.
Yeah. Anyhow, but
but I mean, like they bring back everybody. They bring back LeChuck. They bring back your wife. They bring back like Voodoo Lady. They bring back all these other people. Yeah. So and. I gotta say, the writing is awesome.
The writing is really good, and the puzzles are actually really good.
And the puzzles are actually really good. So I mean, like the whole time I was playing, I mean, seriously, I was finally laughing out loud in one of these games. Like when this one guy turned to me, he's like, "You've got spunk, son." He's like, "Pirate spunk," and he's like, "Ew." I mean, there's a bunch of things like that. Like, there's like sexual innuendo. There's like all these kind of jokes. There's nice.
The voice acting is really good.
It's very good.
And the timing that they do with all the speaking is perfect.
And the art is really, really high quality.
Yeah.
Like,
I actually like the new engine. So I remember the original, the Telltale Sam & Max ones. It was very point and clicky.
Yes.
But this one's almost full 3D, where I was actually using the WASD keys, right, to walk around, and then using Shift to run. It felt good.
So you were using WASD.
Yeah.
So I was actually trying their new control thing.
I didn't like it.
So I actually was getting into it. Where it's just like, because
how does it work?
So how it works is you hold down the mouse button and drag in a direction, and he walks in that direction, and you can hold down shift and he'll run. So you can just kind of like control like this, and then middle click opens inventory, so you can kind of do the whole thing without getting your hands off of.
Because I was doing I.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Okay,
so you can just kind of leave your hands here and do everything, and they did like this whole new. The way that you used to have to do item combining is you have to pick up things and then touch them to each other, and this new one you can kind of put them like item A and item B, and then you hit plus, and it tries to combine them. So I mean,
but the thing is, like this is one of the first Telltale games where I felt like I wasn't doing a lot of random stuff. It was like I got something and I'm like, oh, I need to make it do X. I don't want to get any spoilers, and I'm like, I remember where X was. I'm going to go over there and do it. So,
which is what we kept asking for. We kept saying, you know, like what we didn't like about Sam Max and what I didn't like about Strong Bad. Honestly, like there was what I liked about Strong Bad was the humor, but the puzzles I was having the same problem. It was just like, oh,
so they're getting there.
You have to use the elephant balloon with the swimming pool and the laptop. Yeah. You know, it's just like, come on. And then it's like something funny would happen. You're like, but it's not funny if I didn't feel like I figured it out. Like in this, when you do a couple of these things and figure it out, you're like,
exactly.
I fucking figured out Ninja Dave or whatever these things are. I mean, like, you know, just little things like that.
And they also added a hint system, which I thought was really interesting. So they can give you different hint levels, which kind of offers you little things. So if you're not a big adventure gamer or whatever, like you can still kind of get through the story, which I thought was pretty.
And
good.
The puzzles are tough. I mean, like no joke. Tough. They're tough, but not stupid.
So far. One puzzle I'm not going to talk about too much. One puzzle annoyed me.
Yeah. Because
if there's one trick, if you've played the game so far, you probably know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. But I gotta say, like, for a restart of the game, they really got the spirit down. They have the music, they have the humor, they have the art.
Music gave me chills, dude.
Yeah.
When it was first like coming up, and I'm like, I'm like, holy crap! I'm playing a Monkey Island game again. Oh.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just it comes up and you're just like, oh.
Nice.
And the cool thing about this too is it got me super excited for the one that's coming out today.
Yeah, and actually, hopefully, go home and play it.
Yeah, I mean, by the time you guys see this, it's already been out for a couple of days. I mean, like we'll talk about this later, but the HD special edition of the original just came out this week.
And you know what I heard? All the achievements
are secret.
They're secret.
Which is awesome.
Which is totally awesome.
In fact, I think I might go play it now. So do you mind if we end the show? I mean, we just cut it now. Right? It's like, what else are we going to talk about?
I have to drive for an hour. No. Not allowed.
So anyway, I seriously, great game.
Finally.
Thank you very much, Telltale. Excellent. Make all the games like this in the future. I mean, take all these things into account.
Yes.
You know, make it fun, make the puzzles good, put a lot of time into it like you did with this one.
Oh, dude, reboot Sam & Max. I still love Sam & Max, but I really hated the games. So please redo that.
Do episodic Grim Fandango and make it good.
Ooh.
Yay! Please do that.
Please.
And then last up.
What?
It was a slow week. It was a slow week.
It's been 2.5 years. I don't even know if we were doing video when we reviewed this game last.
Probably not. So I just wanted to. So it seriously was a slow week because I got sick of Call of Juarez, and I went through Tales of Monkey Island. It's only about 4 hours.
Yeah, it's really short.
And then the rest of this, there was not much for me to play. So I was like, you and I had been talking, and I kept making fun of you for not beating Rocket Slime, and then we kept talking about it, we kept bringing it up on these shows, and then finally I was like, fuck, I miss Rocket Slime. Like, that game was the shit. I could not put it down. So I was like, oh, let me just pick it up again. Oops.
You were playing that straight for like 2 days.
I took it to work.
Are you serious? What?
I took it to work.
What were you playing it at? Like,
I went in the back room. Like, it was like one of those things where I coded for a while, and then to take a break, I'd get up and play like for an hour, and then come back to my desk. So I mean, seriously, it's one of those things that it just crawls inside your head like those, like an alien.
It does, and it's a solid game. So, but I mean, did you get anything new out of your second playthrough? Did you see any sort of thing that you didn't see the first time as a younger 2 years ago Tobin?
I changed my strategies.
Really?
Like, because the coolest thing about Dragon Quest Rocket Slime is that it is deep. Like, it's actually genuinely deep. Like, you can go and you can manufacture different things to do with your ship. You can go to this Borg guy that like improves the armor on your ship, and you can go around and collect things to improve your armor.
Different ammo types, right?
Different ammo types. You can change which guys are in the tank with you. Each one of them has a different battle style.
And there's a ton
of different guys, ton of different battle styles. You can do stuff where it's like you're trying to attack people. They're tossing their dudes over. They're like running over. You can go and attack their tank in person, or you can attack them with the other stuff. So like I kept playing with different battle styles, and I think it was either reactive or it just looked that way to me because I kept running over to the other tank and fucking their shit up, and then the next guy I played, all of his enemies, all of his guys in his tank were stone, and I couldn't beat them up.
No, you think?
So I don't think it was reactive. I think it was just chance. But the point is like they keep it switched up, so you can't just like fall into a rut. You can't say I always have these 3 guys in my tank and I run over and I do this. No.
And you have to be creative. You have to say, okay, like I want these different type of weapons or whatever.
Yeah. And it just sucks you in. Like it's just really fun. All the collecting slimes are cool. All the selecting items are cool.
Yeah.
Like.
Would you say it's your favorite DS game? Because there's a lot of good DS games.
I would say it's in my top 5. Like there's a bunch of good DS games. It's up in my top 5. It's up there with Layton. It's up there with a couple other ones. I mean, like there's a couple games that just absolutely blow my mind in terms of quality, and this is one of them.
One of these days, whenever like they retire a console, we should like go back on like the greatest hits.
Yeah, we should.
Like when they finally kill the PS2, who knows when that happened? Right?
It'll never happen. It's still the biggest console in the world.
At some point, they're gonna say okay, right? It's either this year or next year where they're gonna say like okay, no more new games or like.
We thought that like 2 years ago. Shit. If you go back to like episode 30, we're probably like, there's another PS2 game. I bet that's gonna stop.
And Yakuza 4 is on PS2.
And we kept saying, like, I remember it was like 2007. We're like, this game is the last big game for PS2, and it's just like
this. Yakuza 2 was supposed to be the last one, right?
That's right.
But then they came out with Persona 4.
Yep.
And that was supposed to be the last one.
And they just keep coming. So I would just like to, in closing, note that I have beaten this game twice now.
So. Well, what does that have to do with it?
I lapped you in this game.
Oh yeah, I lapped you in Prestiges in Call of Duty 4. When are you gonna get your first Prestige?
Never.
All right, so we have actually a pretty.
But go get Rocket Slime.
Oh yeah, and it was really good for the half of the amount of time a quarter of the time, rather. Quarter of the time.
But I would say it's seriously in stores. I bet it's $15, $15 to $20 now.
Oh, absolutely. You can probably find it on eBay for like 10.
Yeah.
Or less.
So seriously, please go buy it.
So yeah, this is a kind of a light week for the most part.
This is sad.
Let's start with the first one. Holy Invasion of Privacy, Badman. What did I do to deserve this? What?
It looks so. I mean, that's okay. I'm not even talking about the game first. I'm just gonna say that title is fucking stupid. And has nothing to do with the gameplay. Like we went and looked at the gameplay, and it's like a tower defense, dungeon crawling sort of. Well,
it's kind of like Dungeon Keeper, except
that's right.
2D.
Yeah. And
like Dig Dug a little bit.
Yeah.
And you got a little bit of.
So you build a dungeon.
Out of dirt, and then each thing you take out of the dirt, like a slime will pop, some monster will pop up, and then you use that so that when the guy comes to go kill your overlord, is that what your Badman rather?
Your Badman.
Then you lose or you win, basically.
Yeah.
It looks kind of like an interesting puzzle game, but the title really
it's so dumb. I mean, like it is seriously like puzzle defense in that you just build up a bunch of defenses and then you put your guy down here and then you say run, and then it's just like all of your guys try and kill the guys that are invading.
It got a lot of good reviews.
While you go make a sandwich.
You're watching, you're like, ooh, but it's on your PSP. You're just saying you don't have PSP.
What do you want to bet that there's a button on the right hand side or left hand side that fast forwards?
There better be.
Yeah.
There better be.
Yeah.
I will give it a try, maybe.
So, speaking of PSPs, there are now 2 people that have been messaging me. They're like, dude, I'm totally going to send you my PSP. Because that other guy said he was going to send you a PSP and he didn't. And I was like, oh, cool, man, thank you. That sounds great. Send me the PSP. And they're like, okay.
Wait, it has some problems. I have to go fix it.
Yeah, please. I mean, seriously, like, I'm not begging you guys to send me a PSP because when I really, really want one, I'll go buy one. But if you're like promising to send me a PSP, either do it or don't do it. Because I would actually like go try some of these games.
That's right. We should have a PSP for Tobin donation fund. If you go to our front page. All right. Secret of Monkey Island Special Edition. We already talked about. It's in HD.
We are totally playing this tonight.
Yes.
Like the second we finish recording this, we're gonna go home and play this.
The second plus 1 hour of driving for me. Unfortunately.
Yes. So, do you think you're gonna play on PC or Xbox?
I think I'm gonna play on Xbox. Probably.
Yeah. For achievements?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of thinking.
Because I want to compare. I want to compare achievements and say like how far you got.
It's true.
Because this is going to be one where you have this advantage, right?
Yeah.
You have the adventure game advantage. I don't know what it is, but it's not the Asian advantage in this game. It's not a fighting game. It's not RTS. It's
that's
not.
True.
So
it's one of the only areas that I beat you at.
That and platformers. So you kill me at platformers. But so we'll give it a try. I'll probably do 360.
I was kind of back and forth on it because of the controls on the like the whole mousing is kind of nice on the PC, but I think you're right. The achievements kind of beat the mousing
for me. But I believe you might get Steam achievements. So look into that actually. So
what the fuck go to Steam achievements? Seriously.
I kind of like them actually. Because I do it in Team Fortress because like there's billions of achievements.
Oh, and then you can actually look on your friends list and people actually compare them.
There's billions of people playing. So in that case, it's good. But
like a multiplayer game, it makes a lot more sense than otherwise.
Dude, like I was totally gonna skip this game. I'm like Madballs. Like I played with those when I was 8.
Well, but like we were sitting there making fun of it in the kitchen. We're just like Madballs, whatever, and then just
Ocular, different names.
Then we went and looked at the gameplay footage.
I know it.
Shockingly good looking. I was really surprised that like seriously the graphics look real. So what kind of game is it?
So my understanding, like you were saying, it kind of looks like Gauntlet.
It does,
right?
It looks like Gauntlet remade with the Unreal Engine.
Yeah, so it looks absolutely amazing. Madballs. It's back in the 80s, around the time of Muscle, like you were saying, Muscles, right?
Yeah.
And like a little bit after Garbage Pail Kids, as far as the pop culture timeline.
So basically 10 years before most of you were born.
Unfortunately, but there were these balls. They were really awesome. They were really ugly.
Yeah, like a squishy ball, and then
like a big eyeball with veins. Dude, when you're 12, these were the cool. Like they were like Pogs. Like,
these kids are just like, yeah, but how do you Twitter on it? Like, I don't understand. You're talking about a toy that didn't do anything, wasn't electrical, no battery. It wasn't
do something you download to your mobile phone.
Yeah, it doesn't work with your cell phone. No, it was just seriously just a squishy ball of foam with an ugly face on it. We thought it was the shit.
It was really awesome.
Then we went outside and played in the mud.
With our marbles.
Yay! Yay! I wish they'd invent the internet already. I'm so bored.
I wish my phone wasn't this big.
Yeah, I know. Hold on. Hello? I lost the satellite.
Yeah, unfortunately. God, I wish I was a kid now.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Madballs, it looks really good. There's like, dude, you can play 16 players.
16-player co-op, 16-player multiplayer.
And 4-player co-op through the story mode. Mm-hmm. And the thing is, you're going around, I mean, it looks kind of like a twin-stick shooter, but I mean, the graphics are amazing.
And there's a lot of cool stuff. I mean, you can jump, you can glide, you can get different weapons, you can switch between the different Madballs, and they all have different abilities like rocket launching and fire shitting. That was a pretty powerful weapon. Burping loudly. Deuce dropping. Sharding.
And you can also and you can also actually design maps. And there was this actual thing where I think you're 2 different teams. You're designing maps and it has this weird algorithm where it meshes it together. I mean, it looked complicated.
Yeah, it was. They obviously put a lot of time into this. So this was one of those things that we probably weren't going to look at. But it's $15 on Xbox Live.
And they have a trial, so definitely try the trial.
And they have a trial, so I mean, we'll be reporting back on that next week because there ain't shit else.
Nope. The next game, this is the example of what we have to deal with.
Yeah, this is it's true. This is the epitome of what kind of games are coming out in July and August. Science Papa.
Science Papa.
Really?
Really? So get this, like, okay, I'm going to be Activision. You are Majesco, right?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so you got this great game.
Yeah.
What's it called?
It's called. Wait, are you talking about I'm the Cooking Mama?
Yes, exactly.
It's like I got Cooking Mama.
All right, so like I'm Activision, I make copies of everything. Like no, I gotta make a copy of that shit.
Well, so Cooking Mama, you sit around and you play mini games based on cooking.
Oh yeah, it sells millions, millions of copies. And so I'm like, okay, fuck.
Don't you wish you had anything even similar to that?
Science. People love science.
People totally like science.
People dig science, and I'm gonna make Einstein. He's gonna be Papa, and he's gonna be teaching you how to do science experiments.
And it's going to be little mini games based on science. Be like, stir the test tube. Like, that's my fucking idea. I'm going to sue you.
Go for it. Try it. I am Activision. I have Blizzard Cash. I can't hear you. There's all these coins.
Hold on. I've got lawyers stuck to me. Let me give them to you. God damn it.
So yeah, fuck Activision. Seriously.
Yeah, So seriously, it looks so shitty that we went to try and go find gameplay footage of it. Sites like Game Trailers don't even know about it. They haven't even heard of it. So Science Papa, we enter it in here as a mention. Mm-hmm. We will not be playing it.
No.
You know why? I got 2 good reasons.
What's that?
Fuck you, Activision! Make a good game.
Please, don't stop copying people.
Seriously.
Oh, all right.
So that is it for the new releases. But we went to an event this week.
Yeah, so we are at an event called California Extreme.
See, they sold us the whole seat.
Yeah.
But we only needed the edge.
So what is California Extreme?
So they take a convention center here in Santa Clara.
Big one.
Big convention center, and what they do is they completely fill it with retro games, like old classic games.
Oh my God.
And they put out a call to everyone in the area, and they say, hey, bring your games. We'll let you come in for free if you bring your own arcade games.
And pinballs, too.
Pinballs.
Billions of pinballs.
Arcade games, stand-up games, like any old, crazy, whack-ass old game.
They even had some weird game mods, too.
Yeah.
So, like, we actually saw, there was an Addams Family pinball machine. So, it's an old pinball machine. And they had, do you remember that, what was that game? So, you're on that cycle with the prop cycle. It was the biking game.
Oh, yeah,
right, in the arcades, right? So, you took that bike, and somehow you had a pedal to keep the thing, and the triggers were on. So, you were playing pinball and exercising.
Yeah.
Genius.
Which is pretty weird.
Absolutely.
And then, so basically, we went there. We met there at like 10 o'clock at night. Yeah. You went there a little earlier, but
I was there from 6 to 2, dude.
6 to 2.
And I was like, "Why are you turning the lights off?"
Yeah, so that was the cool thing is it closed at 2 in the morning, and like nobody wanted to go home.
It was packed.
It was totally packed. So this is the kind of event that we absolutely love.
Yeah.
And if you can find anything like this in your area, definitely check it out. So what it is we went around, we played old games. So it's like, dude, some of the games I went there with the express purpose of going and finding the old vector, the line vector stuff.
Star Wars, right?
The Star Wars.
Yeah.
So it's like the one where you got the 2 controllers and you're going and destroying the Death Star.
Yeah.
They have a sit-down one, which is even cooler. The sound is all good. And on the stickers it says, this game is Star Wars, made in 1982. Belongs to so-and-so, for sale for $800 or whatever. Yeah. So if you find a game and you fall in love with it, you just contact the guy. You're like, I'll buy it off you.
Absolutely. And like, the thing is, like, they had so many of the old games from my childhood. Like, I was playing Joust, I was playing Robotron. Like, when I was there was actually these 4 old guys. I'm seriously, they're like 40 or 50. Yeah. Okay. So you know that they were around in the 80s and the golden days.
They probably wrote that game.
Yeah, they probably did, actually. It's in Sunnyvale. But like, there were 4 guys playing Robotron, and I got in there. I'm like, oh wow, wave 64. How many waves are there? 256. And I'm looking at them, and they're all switching off. Every time they die, they switch off. There's 4 guys, right? I'm like, how long have you guys been playing? And they're like, oh, we've been here for 4 hours. We've already went past 256, and we're starting over again.
Is the game different the second time? They're just playing for
the score,
shits and grins.
Yeah.
Wow.
So these guys were hardcore. So these are the kinds of people you meet.
Robotron.
Hardcore Robotron 2084.
Wow.
So like the kinds of people you find there are actually kind of scary, but cool.
So and I would say that there's some games that I thought were terrible as a kid that are still shit, like Popeye. That game was fucking anus.
Dude,
Strider's still good.
Strider's still good. APB. I love that game. That's still good.
I was freaked out watching you play that game. Like, this is like a retro game where seriously you knew where everything was.
Absolutely.
Like
donuts everywhere.
Everything. It was just like you fucking had that game memorized. I'd seriously never seen that before.
It was kind of like watching an Idiot Savant kind of.
It was like watching Daryl, if you remember that old movie where he's like And there was one other game that I wanted to mention. I can't remember now.
Well, Punch-Out was kind of annoying. I remember that.
Punch-Out sucked.
Yeah.
Punch-Out was shit in the arcade. Who knew that the NES version was so much better?
The NES version was a lot better.
Holy crap. And then they made Punch-Out and Punch-Out 2 in the arcade, and both of them were just shit.
Did not like. What was up with that weird hologram game? That game gave me a headache.
Yeah. Like I totally remember that as a kid. There was this game where it's like...
It was like $1. Yeah. I never played that.
Oh, yeah. It's like you watch other people play, but there's this big hologram, and then like it was just basically playing live footage, and there's like one button where you're like... button and joystick, and it hurt your head to watch.
It was really bad. But
and there was some weird game where they were playing a video game, like cartoon footage. It was a new game where the only thing that you do when you control it is you turn a knob, and you're basically turning frames of animation forward and backward to try and make something happen. It was really weird.
Yeah, I've never seen anything like it. So they actually had new games, old games. I forgot to mention, there was only an entrance fee, but all games were free.
Yes!
Free!
Yes! So the button, they usually had electronics hanging out the front where you just walk up and push the button and it would put in credits, all the credits you wanted. And we found the game, I forget the name of it, but it was the precursor to Geometry Wars.
Oh shit!
We found Proto Geometry Wars.
It was made in like 1984.
1984, and it seriously had like the black holes you get sucked into. It had the guy shooting at you. It had like the directional, like you can move in one direction and shoot in the other. I mean, seriously, it looked like Geometry Wars, and I seriously think that game was stolen.
Copycat.
So anyway,
we'll hopefully have a video. We're getting our video crew together to put together. It might take a little while, so keep an eye out for it.
We are going to try to put together a video for you guys to watch.
Yes.
So next up is donation.
Thank you for Ellis.
Yes. So Ellis gave us some money this week, and like we've said before, so for example, these new lapel mics, if they work out, or even if they don't work out, we bought them with your money, but the donations make these sorts of things possible, so we don't have to dig into our pockets. Just, for all the supplies, we got the new HD camera, we got the lapel mics, all the money you guys give us goes back into the show.
That's right. So, and if you notice, like, our lighting isn't that good, so if you guys want to donate for better lighting, please do so.
Keep thinking that we should probably buy better lighting.
Like studio lighting at some point. Yeah, at some point.
so much to buy to do a weekly podcast for free about video games.
I know.
We do it because we love you guys. Because you're sexy.
That's right. You tell us that we're cool.
You tell us that we're cool. That's right. Wait, that's the only reason we do this show. Yuz and I, like 3 years ago, were like, dude, I have such low self-esteem. What can we do so that a bunch of teenage boys would tell us that we're awesome?
Let's make a podcast.
And it's like we could do a podcast, or we could basically hurt ourselves on the internet, and we decided we're too old for that. It's like, dude, I'll just hit you in the nuts with a bat.
Dude, you know how many more viewers we would have if I hit you in the nuts with a bat?
We would be the biggest thing on the internet. Seriously, it would be like, God. I would hit you with a bat, and then we'd show like a video of a picture of a naked girl, and we'd have like 11 billion subscribers.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, seriously, it's like we just put a woman right here just hanging out. Yeah. Easy, like another 10,000 subscribers.
We should get like a cardboard cutout of Lara Croft or something, and just have her, or just use that for the picture each week.
That's right. Here he is. Whoop. It's like honk honk. But yeah, anyhow, each week we feature the NooBTooB army on the show. If you have a burning question, funny story, or whatever, please give us a call.
Yep, you can contact us toll free at 888-233-8480, or send your files to feedback@NooBTooB.com. Also, post video responses on YouTube. We love that.
Yes, please keep all videos under a minute if you want to be featured on the show.
And don't forget the yow.
Yowie.
So, first up is what I swear to God sounds like my manwich.
I think it is. Will you guys tell us?
Really mumble a lot. I don't know if you're aware of this, but you do.
Hey, Tobin and Yuzo. This is my manwich from Toronto. I was just listening to last week's episode, and you were talking about brain trainers, and thought you'd like to know that there's a Facebook rip-off of Big Brain Academy called Who Has the Biggest Brain that you can play and get ranked against all your Facebook friends. Figured it might be something you're interested in. Which brings me to my question, are there any Facebook games that you find yourself playing longer than you think you should? There's a lot of shit games out there, but every so often one seems to rise above the rest. Just thought I'd find out what you think about that. Yow!
That's an interesting question.
It is. Facebook gaming is an interesting topic, really.
So, question: have you played a Facebook game?
I have played Facebook games.
I have as well. Have you continued to play a Facebook game?
I have not. And you know why that is?
Because they all are not games.
They're not games.
They're not games. Like very few games.
They will have a veneer. They will have a sheen of gaming upon them.
They have a taste of gaming.
A taste of gaming. But there's only one purpose for any goddamn thing on Facebook, which is to make you spam everyone you know and make them play this shitty game, which will make them spam everyone they know.
Yeah, and it's almost like this weird like multi-level marketing scheme, and it's just like there's nothing gaming about selling shit for Amway or anything like that, right? It's just
but the guys that make these games get paid for the more people that play them. It's all advertising based, so they don't give a shit how fun it is. They just kind of make like Mafia Wars.
Mafia Wars is huge.
There's a couple other ones. My Pet.
A lot of pet
games. But what they do is
sales huge.
So they're basically like these games that we make fun of, like Progress Quest and some of these other ones, where it's you and you can level up really quickly and you can attack other people and you can go to a shop and get better weapons or something.
Kind of like an RPG, but not really.
But the whole thing is that you can attack other people, and then they almost always make it so that you get benefits, better weapons, whatever, for inviting your friends in and then joining your posse or whatever the fuck it is. So it's just to make you spam your friends. That's all it is. It's multi-level marketing.
The thing is, what boggles my mind is how popular all this stuff is. I mean, seriously, stuff is so addictive. They take like the addictive aspect of games and then just like, like they put it on there. But like I was arguing with that freaking VP guy, right, who made Mafia Wars, and I'm like, dude, what you're doing is not a game. And he's like, yeah, it is. I'm like, look, the definition of a game is goals. Is there a goal? It's like, become level up. And I'm like, is that an end goal? I'm like, sure, right? And I'm like a huge, long discussion. Yeah. And like he was just like, no, we make games.
Well, I mean, the funny thing is like you go and you argue with these guys, and it just cracks me up to watch you do this. But I would love to know in your mind what you think, like the end result. Like he's gonna be like, you're right, our game sucks. I'm gonna quit my job and go do something meaningful with my life.
I want him to break down, start crying, and say like, you're right. I'm gonna go back and make a platformer.
I'm gonna go do something good with my life. We're gonna change the direction of this money-making company and go in a different direction that may or may not make any money.
When you put it that way. But seriously, they're not making it. It's like the purist in me, because I love they're making toys.
Yeah, they're stupid and evil. Like I would say that for, if you really, like, the thing is they can draw people in because there's so many people already playing on Facebook, and because they're viral nature, they can get more people.
Absolutely.
But if you really are bored, and a lot of you are, go and look at a bunch of these Flash games that are coming out. Go to Congregate, go to these other things, go to real games, share them with your friends, and have that be your shared gaming experience. Yes. Use AOL Instant Messenger, and that's how you can share games with each other. Like, you don't need to be drawn into this web of bullshit that other people are just milking money out of not games.
Yeah, and the thing is, to be honest, to be fair, there are a couple of games. Like, if you look at Scrabulous, that is Scrabble, which is a game, and then doing that and playing your friends. Please make more of those, because I would love to see, we want to see more ARGs, we want to see more games that actually feel like games.
Yes, I want to see ARGs really badly.
Something.
So, did you hear about one coming out soon? Or maybe it was the Z one.
It was the Z one, which we never really tried.
I keep thinking that someday someone's going to remake a good ARG.
No. But seriously, like the first real MMO on Facebook that actually feels like a game.
Yeah.
I would play it.
Oh, sure. I would. Yeah, I mean, and also, if you guys know about games on Facebook, last week we put out a call for games to play while we're in this down period.
Crap.
We got great responses on the forums. We got great responses on email. We got great responses.
That we're definitely going to play.
So there's one. We'll talk about this. We'll talk about this next week.
Yeah,
but there's one game called Use Boxman. USE Boxman. So there's Boxman and you use them. But if you go and Google for Use Boxman, we'll review it next week.
Yeah.
But there's things like that. You guys are telling us about these games. We're reading your emails and we're trying out these games because we've got a slow gaming period.
The next 3 weeks is going to be ridiculous, and pretty much until Layton comes out. So if you know any good Facebook games, real games, tell us.
Tell us, absolutely, and we will try that shit out, and we will even admit that we were wrong.
Sure.
If we were wrong, which we're not wrong.
Which we're never wrong.
Never wrong. So next up is Franklin. Somewhere. Here we go. Franklin.
Hey, Tobin and Yuzo, this is Franklin from the forums. I was just going to recommend a game that you guys can play, Sacred 2, on either the 360 or PS3, or I think it's on PC too. But you should play the console versions because PC gaming's dying. But you should try that out. It's a 4-player dungeon crawler online. It's pretty nice. So yeah, thanks. Yow.
PC gaming's dying, huh? Oof. You got a lot of hate mail for that.
He's not wrong, is he?
No, he's not. Not really, unfortunately. Sims 3 sold millions of copies.
That's true. Yeah. There's two genres that are doing well in PC gaming. So
Sacred 2. So, dude, when I first started looking at the trailer for this, I'm like, wow, look at these graphics are awesome.
Yeah. So if you watch them, it's
we should totally toss them up there, dude.
Yeah. I should put that on. All right, hold on.
You'll know exactly what we're talking about, hopefully.
So basically, what happens is there's this trailer where there's dude riding on a lion and lightning bolts from Zeus and all this shit happening. It's awesome. All these cool things happening, and then it cuts to real gameplay.
Oh my god,
it's a stick figure swinging a stick at a stick.
See, 3 pixels more or less per thing. It's wow. Oh my god.
So I was looking at this, I'm like, oh wow, so maybe it's an older game that got ported, whatever. I was looking at it, seriously, it came out in May of 2009.
And I hope it's fun. I hope the gameplay's fun because it doesn't look very good at all.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of tempted to look into it because people have been saying it's fun. I'm not going to judge a book by its cover, but it is hilarious to go from this pre-rendered thing into it's just
that's why
it looks bad.
Do not trust gameplay video, not non-gameplay videos. Just
and I always say that. I always say that. They'll always release these things where it's Final Fantasy 13 is coming out. Actually, what's a good example? Beyond Good and Evil 2, where it's just the trailers that they release for these things. The whole thing is just a pre-rendered movie.
Of course.
And then there's everyone's that game looks awesome. It's no, it doesn't. You don't know anything about that. They paid another studio to make a pre-rendered movie.
Yeah, and you're talking about the actual action one that they showed? Yeah, it was
That's
ridiculous.
not a game. It wasn't game.
But it's visualization. It's setting the scene.
Yeah. And it's you saw the parody people made that, right?
No.
Dude, they made a parody. Seriously, they went through and she's running through a building, whatever. Yeah. They kept popping up this thing where it's push triangle to run upstairs, push triangle to dodge enemies, push triangle to jump, and it was so funny because it was all QuickTime. It was all the same button, and it's exactly what modern games have been doing. Where they're we want to draw.
Seriously,
we want to draw a really pretty action sequence. So in order to let us do that, we'll just.
Because gamers can't push more than one button at a time.
Right, so you just push buttons to keep the movie running.
It's Dragon's Lair was so long ago. I mean, seriously.
What were we talking about?
Sacred 2, maybe.
Yes, I mean, the thing is, it's been out for a while, so we should be able to rent it. And it's just one of those things where it's like, people have been saying the gameplay is good. It looks like about the same quality as Diablo 2, honest to God.
Diablo 2 was pretty fun for its time.
But it's old! I know. It's so old! And this game just looks like ass.
We'll rent it. We'll try to rent it.
We'll probably come back and be like, this is the best game ever made. Sorry, guys.
But there's a bunch of other suggestions that people made. People said, like, we totally miss Halo Wars, so I'll try to find a copy of that.
Yep.
Riddick, do you think you'll go back and play Chronicles of Riddick?
I don't know, man. That demo was such ass.
I know, but you can go back and play the Bay one.
Yeah.
Right?
So have people been saying that the Riddick is worth playing, or people have just been saying, like, you know what? One thing that everybody kept telling us to play was the UFC game. Why?
There's a lot of super fans of UFC. I mean, there's a lot of fans of freaking WWF.
That's true.
Right? And they love, and we played those games. Those games are ass.
Yeah,
so
it's true.
The total.
It's just weird. Like, so many people are just like, UFC, you gotta try it. It's so good. Really?
Did you hear about the big fight that they've been having with UFC? So you know UFC, right? They have a video game of it, and I think it's Activision, maybe? It's another big company.
Yeah.
But EA, apparently, they were trying to get EA to do it. And EA's like, fuck UFC, it's not gonna do anything. And all of a sudden, UFC sold millions of copies, right? So like, EA's like, we have this new thing called MMA.
Oh,
mixed
really?
martial arts. And then they started getting the actual fighters.
Yeah.
And UFC were like, no, fuck you. Whoever shows up in that game is out of UFC. Like, the real sport.
Oh, shit! Yeah. Oh, shit! So they're actually, like, basically blacklisting people.
They're like saying, fuck you, no. Like, you cannot do it.
Wow.
So,
that's messed up.
But considering what EA did, I mean...
Yeah, I mean, you know, if you, like, who was it that... Was it EA that had the rights to Brutal Legend?
No, Activision.
That was Activision. That's right. Well, see, the problem that Activision had was that it was an original idea.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
Activision's like, oh, this seems very creative and not derivative of somebody else's work. That seems scary to me.
Yeah.
We would much rather focus our money on Science Papa than this awesome-looking fucking Brutal Legend game.
Oh, that's so bad. The thing, though, they did give up Ghostbusters, and they're probably a good idea to do.
Yeah, that was not that good.
That was not that good. So
next up, Lucian.
Oh yeah, Lucian.
Lucian, we haven't heard from you for a while, sir.
Yeah. Heard he's gonna come to PAX.
Hey, since the Bioshock challenge is so old hat, I have a new challenge for Tobin. If he beats that Disabled Girls game, Katawa Shoujo, I will smash my guitar. So there you have a prize for a little challenge that I made up right now in my head. This is Lucian, by the way. Yow!
Interesting. I'm not that excited about smashing a guitar. Anybody can do it. Van Halen did it.
Yeah, I mean, guitars are expensive.
It's probably broken.
It's probably a broken guitar. So that game is ass. Like, the thing is
you played like half an hour, right?
I would be much more tempted to play more of it if it turns out that there's like crippled nudity at the end.
But I heard they took out all of the scenes.
Like,
so
crippled,
actually,
like, give me some cripple fucking and I will laugh all day. Like, that is seriously. Man, I sound bad. That sounds really mean.
But
it's something I've never seen before.
So for the voyeuristic aspect.
I mean, the point is, if I'm playing a game that's like really taboo and really messed up, I want it to be really like postal. I want it to be like postal. So
because the whole dating sim genre is boring as fuck for the most part. You gotta read.
Apparently, people have been telling us in emails and stuff. They're like, there's no nudity in this. There's no sex. There's no whatever. So what you're basically telling me is I'll be reading 16 hours of shitty, whiny dialogue,
trying to get into the pants of disabled girls.
And then what happens if you do? It'll just be like do fade to black. Like
maybe
this was made by a bunch of dudes from 4chan.
I heard it was inspired by that, but
the point is they still read 4chan if they fucking knew about it, right? I mean, like, put something. So you got to make it worth my while. Is all I'm saying. Like, if you guys want to hop on this bandwagon with Lucian and chip in some shit that you will do.
I'm saying that we know Lucian's going to be coming to PAX.
Yeah.
Say you're going to do something at PAX. Something interesting?
Shave his head.
Whatever. I leave it up to him because I'm sure he'll be much more.
He should bring clippers into the kickle thing and like shave his head at the kickle thing. Actually, you know what?
Seriously?
If you do that, if Lucian comes and shaves his head at the kickle fest, I will totally beat this crippled dating game.
Yes.
And I'll take pictures of whatever the victory screen is.
Whatever, yeah.
To prove that I did it.
We'll do even a little bit of video of him reading some of the dialogue if we need to.
I'll do it because that would be fucked up and hilarious. So do that. Lucian, I'm calling you out. Bitch! So, King of Rapture?
King of Rapture. Question about ratings.
Hey, Tobin and Yuzo, it's King of Rapture from the forums. I was playing Infamous the other day and noticed that multiple extreme, I guess you could say, obscenities are used frequently, and there are quite a few scenes with lots of blood. Now, the game still has a T for teen rating, and if a game back in the last gen of consoles used the obscenities or blood found in Infamous, it would get an automatic M rating. But now, in the current gen, more and more games keep their T ratings with the amount of obscenities and blood used. Now, my question to you is, do you think the ESRB is getting more lenient, I guess you could say, when they're rating games? And also, what do you think this means? So, yeah. Yow.
So, King of Rapture, I think we should give him a little lesson on how ratings change, let's say, from the movie industry.
Yes. Yes.
Let's talk about, so, I don't know, maybe you probably haven't seen this game, but I don't know, Last Tango in Paris was rated X.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was like one of the first movies.
Really?
X.
Yeah.
I watched that fucking movie.
Yeah.
There was not, like, barely anything was going on. Yeah. Or Midnight Cowboy.
Yeah.
It was the first, I think, X, or actually, I think it was X, because NC-17 didn't come until Henry and June. Midnight Cowboy.
Really?
Because they didn't show him doing anything, but just the fact that he was a hustler.
Yeah. So, I mean, and one of my favorite examples of this is Breakfast at Tiffany's.
What was that?
Rated R.
Bullshit.
Yeah. So if you go back and watch Breakfast at Tiffany's, I shit you not. I shit you not. There is no nudity, there is no violence, and there is not a single curse word. But the fact, the fact that she was, they implied that she was a girl for hire. She was a hooker.
Could you tell? Like when I watched it, I had no clue. No clue.
So
she was a prostitute.
So and at the time they're just like, well, you're discussing prostitution.
Kinda.
Kind of. This is R. So to put that in context, nowadays you can have
if you have like 2 fucks, you can still be PG-13, right?
Yeah, I mean Bruce Willis can be like skull fucking a teenager, and then they'll be like, well, I'll give you a PG-13, but
if she's a little older,
right?
Basically,
just cut away quickly. I mean, it's just like. It's seriously, the line is moving. The line is
absolutely.
definitely moving.
Dude, the line for rated R, like I remember seeing my first 2 seconds of boobies in a rated R film.
Yeah.
Now you get full frontal. I'm like, I don't know.
Oh yeah, now they're jizzing on their face. It's just like seriously, dicks are waggling in the wind.
And Boogie Nights and all seriously. So the line moves.
The line definitely moves. So I mean, I guess the question is going to become. Going forward, it's probably going to be the only thing that could ever get you an M for mature is going to be sex. Like, violence is pretty much out the door. Like, I think at this point you can be...
You think?
What was that one?
You can't get, Manhunt. I don't think Manhunt...
What was that black and white game that we just played on the Wii?
That was M for mature.
Was it?
Yeah.
The one where...
it was, Fuck, why am I blanking on that? Madballs.
Madballs. Was that M for mature?
Pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Are you sure?
Dude. Yeah, I'm pretty damn sure that was.
Right. But I guess there was yes. I mean, but the question becomes what does it take to not be T for teen anymore?
Is God of War M for mature?
I don't even know. God of War is hyper violent. Well, I mean, God of War has weird nymph.
Has boobs too. That's true. Yeah, that has a lot of sex. And Heavy Rain will. But I mean, you're right. I think gore. Wasn't Resident Evil?
I
have no idea.
We should go and look at these things.
I know.
Because the thing is I know that the line's moving. We did play a game recently that I do remember, Infamous is a good example, where it's just the whole thing is just you whooping up on people in
Not that much blood, though.
I mean, you can.
It's not prototype, right? It's not like, I'm going to cut off your arm and suck your blood. It's not that.
But I mean, it's still hyper violent in the sense that it's not like if you go back and watch the old G.I. Joes where it's they wouldn't. They would just show a bunch of people firing and missing.
I don't think you ever see anybody go down.
I don't think anybody ever gets hit.
No.
So it's just
billions of lasers.
And I can't really say it's a good or a bad thing. I mean, it's another one of those things where it's if you've got kids that are young enough that you're worried about it, play the game with them, and if you see things that are offensive, take it away. You're just you know what? I don't think you're old enough to play this yet.
Exactly. I'm not going to get my 8-year-old and give him Dead Space.
It's too goddamn scary.
Yeah.
I don't think I should have played Dead Space. Honestly, I still wake up crying.
I think I was too young.
I think you were too young. We gotta be. It should be like M for mature should be 40 plus. It's the only thing you're scared of now is death, old man. Death and taxes.
That's right.
So
I might have.
Yeah, fuck it.
Fuck it. Hey!
So that is the end of the show.
That's right.
So check out our website at NooBTooB.com and participate in our forums by clicking the community tab at the top of the front page.
Yeah, so if you're watching the video on YouTube, please click on the yellow subscription button right about there. We're getting pretty close to 17,000, hopefully.
17,000!
Also rate the video 5 stars by rubbing Tobin's junk in various ways.
Rubbing my right leg.
Actually, yeah, this right thigh.
Yeah.
That's all this episode. I need to watch Madballs.
And I am Tobin Gozire. Audio for engineering for NooBTooB is done by Range Dairy Farmer Strunk.
How appropriate.
That is weird. So thanks for listening. We'll see y'all next week. We're out.
See ya. 150, bitch. Nice. All right.
Fucking sick.
All right. Hello, welcome back. Today is Sunday.
See, you just want to do it. I guess I didn't put that back in.
That's
Sunday.
fine.
Fuck it.